Watch as my face changes colour because of the reflection of the light on my television. Yeah, I had a bit of a change around on the room, but that's not the important part. The important part is I did a tournament today. It has easily gone down to be the worst. It was absolutely freaking horrid. I went 2 and 3. I was debating whether I wanted to go between heroes or hieratics. Went with the hieratics because I thought, maybe additional hand traps and shit would have helped me win games a little bit easier. It didn't do anything like that. Either that or just had a pretty bad day. Round 1, I got Dragunities. I had the opportunity to go for the, I had the bits and pieces that I needed to wreck a lot of face. The problem was, he went first turn Stardust. And so I basically just got screwed over by his back row and that shit, and I had absolutely no response. And by the time I finally drew Trag, I had maybe like a couple hundred points left, so it was useless. Game two for that. I started off first. I managed to hold him off a little bit well. I dropped a maxi, got a whole bunch of pluses. They did nothing. I got scrubbed out in the first round. Second round, I played Dark World. I took the first game out pretty decently. I topped into Dragon's Mirror, went the 5-headed, and just completely smashed him. It's a good thing I did, because I was kind of fearing maybe something like a Trag. But yeah. Game 2 basically just kind of ran over the top of me. Game 3 had to go down to sudden death, and I managed, basically for that sudden death, we did our first take damage losers. Shark Fortress for the win. Bang bang. That's the GG. Round 3, I played against a Meklord deck of all things. I'm actually amazed that I did this. Game 1, I had him pretty much sorted out on the ropes. I pretty much rolled him over and then just kind of tossed him aside. Game 2, he took it out. Just ran me amok. And then Game 3 went to sudden death, and I just couldn't put enough damage on the board. I actually misplayed really, really badly, because I had Gaia being able to swing twice because of Shark Fortress, and I had Reborn in hand. I should have used it, because he then played Destruct Potion on his own. He played Destruct Potion on one of his things, got Weiselat. I don't even know. I think he might have actually misplayed, because I'm not sure if the life point gain and the destruction happened at the same time, so he may well have missed the timing on that one. But the fact still remains that I really should have won. If I had used Monster Reborn, then Weissel being on board wouldn't have mattered, regardless of whether Weissel was on board or not. So I pretty much blame that on my complete stupidity. Round 4, I played Fire Fists. The first game was actually kind of interesting. It pretty much came down to the point where where we were both in top deck mode, and I had to just beat the crap out of him with a max C. And that just left him on 100, and so I basically then topped Monster Reborn, got the win, and just finished that off. Game 2 pretty much ran me over by just hitting for a shitload of damage. None of my back row worked. It was horrid. Game 3 we went to sudden death, and once again I couldn't put enough damage on the board. Well, I actually did, but the opponent kind of made a really awesome top deck and screwed me over. So then, 5th round, there almost wasn't a 5th round, and then they just decided, you know what, let's just have the final round to be a 15-minute long round. That was against the Blackwing deck. I 2-0'd it pretty well, just to salvage some sort of pride from the local. Like I said, 2 and 3. I finished 17th, easily the worst performance I've put in. I can take a couple of positives. I mean, like I said, I did win a couple of rounds, but in general, my deck just completely got screwed over. I hardly ever saw any of my sided cards. And the only other positive note is that I pulled a Super Gemini Spark from my Astral Pack, but that's about it. I didn't even get any trades in. Usually there's a whole bunch of people that I can get good trades off of. None of them were there, so I didn't even get good trades. So yeah, that's it for the tournament report. I tried to get a Tachyon Galaxy booster box. but I couldn't because I didn't have the money for it. I get paid tomorrow, so I'm gonna get that at some point tomorrow, and then I'll be able to film that. So you just can look forward to that, I guess. As for now, I'm gonna jump on DN and do shenanigans. So yeah, latest.